Hi, I'm Melanie Florence, and this is Hot Tea for the Soul. This is our reading about passion, a passion flower. So the seeds that we set and the flower that we get, and then the passion fruit. How do we make our passion fruit? So this is about passion and how we work through whatever your passion is. Like it could be a lot of different things. Like it could be things that you want to be inspired by. It could be passions in your life that you're already pursuing. It could be passionate relationships. It could be a whole heap of different things that are passion and inspiration to you. So it's a bit of fire and it's a bit of strength, and we're going to see how it rolls. So I've got into this doing 2 readings in one thing. So I'm going to do 2 readings for the same thing. So I am going to go along with the thing with these teacups, and I have put the Care Bear in the teacup. Oh, and Poppy in the teacup, right? This is how we're going to roll. So here we have. I've got the Greenwood Tarot out. So I'm going to do the first reading with the Greenwood Tarot with our little green bear. And I'm going to use the Muse Tarot for Poppy. So I'm going to use the same decks in the background for all 3 both of the readings. Not 3 today, only 2. So I'm going to use a Green Witch deck, which I've only just got, which apparently you can get from Big W. So really accessible. And a Gaia deck I think you can get from Big W also. And this is the Blue Angel Oracle. Alright, so I'm going to use those in the background for just our build-up cards and see what the energy is around. And I'm going to use the Gaia for confirmation if we need confirmation on what's going on in the reading. So just a few cards to set it up, and then we're going to do a bit of a Romany spread for our passion. Alright, so if you have picked Poppy and the Teacup and the Muse Tarot deck, I'm going to pop that to the side. There's going to be a timestamp in the actual description. Jump to that and you can jump and see your reading with Poppy after I've cleaned up this one. So I'm going to start with our Care Bear in the cup. I'm going to pop Poppy and the Muse Tarot to the side. You can lay down there, Poppy. Cute little thing. These little trolls, these little Care Bears. And I'm going to put you over here. I'm going to find out what Care Bear that actually is. Like Sunshine Bear. Don't know. It's got a little shooting star. Wish Bear, maybe? Anyway, green. And so this is where we are with the Greenwood Tarot. So if you selected this one, this is going to be about, again, our passion. And here we are. All right, passion and how it's inspired. I'm going to start with the Green Angel Oracle. We're going to check one from that, and then we're going to take one from the Green Witch Oracle. New Earth, transformation. All right, so maybe you've gone into a new transformation. Maybe you're going on new ground. Maybe you're in a new enterprise. All right, so we have a new earth. We have a new spot that we're looking at it from, and you've gone through a transformation to see what we're seeing. And maybe this is about a new earth. Maybe this is about a new celebration of how we deal with the world. But it's very strong, a new earth. All right, a transformation to get there. I'm really into, you've got to be the change you want to see. All right, it's all fighting for everything is fantastic. But if you're not being the change you want to see to make your transformation, all right, and that's really earthy. All right, find that new earth, find your new ground that you stand on in all of this. Ooh, okay, the Green Witch Oracle. As I said, this is brand new, hot off the press. Ooh, positivity, the marigold. All right, nice, bright orange, relieves nervous tension. Okay, we have the marigold, so a nice bright flowering inside of our passion. This is a positive change. You know, your dreams and capturing your dreams in there. They're like the sun. We've got the strength inside of there and being able to embrace this universal whole inside of all of this. So this is a nice strong card for positivity and change. Okay, and what's the other one that came out? Purification. The snapdragon. I have snapdragons in my garden. Alright, so what have we got in here? We've got a vial of water, so this is about our emotions. And this is an air card. What's above the line just there is the horizon line, our air. And so this is a purification, and a lot of this sometimes got to do with rain, you know, and really purifying your spirit, purifying your soul, maybe letting go of some things with the snapdragon. And so we have a purification in a real mind sort of sense, mind and emotions, and of the heart inside of Snapdragon. So it's a positivity, purification, and transformation has been going on for you, or is going on for you in your passion. All right, these all passion positive cards. And positivity and purification start with P. It's alliteration also. So what I'm going to do is break into a Romany spread. This is 7 cards for the seeds that we've planted. What's our passion? What are we planting in our passion? 7 cards for our, what our passion, what our flower is, what's flowering, and 7 cards for our fruit. What's the fruit of our passion? So we have our passion flower and our passion fruit inside of this. I like it, right? So what are the seeds we planted for with our passion? Let's start with that for the first 7 cards in this reading. All right, let's see what spurts out, and then if we get to a point, I might just finish off the, oh, let's see. 1, 2, okay, passionate. What's passion? What passion? Yep, I feel you. I feel you. I've been reading the Greenwood Tarot for 25 years. This deck is really like about the elements, which is why I break up my weekly readings into elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more to go. Yep, you. Telling everybody, passionate. All right, 1 more. For the seeds that we planted. What passionate seeds have we planted? All right, so let's read through these. Let's see what's on the table here. All right, so, oh, strength. Another sun card. This is the same sort of thing. We've got this inside of our positivity, our marigold. This is a nice sun positivity card with the strength of communication inside of it. This is the King of Arrows and the Knight of Arrows. All right, so really dedicated energy inside of here. That is dedicated sun energy that we can bring in the strength of our heart and the strength of our purpose and the strength of our being. That's where we started with this. This is where you took in your strength and your purpose. Oh, there's a bit of letting go. So we've been letting go of our past in here. 7's a healing. This is, letting go of perhaps past relationships, letting go of things perhaps that you feel failed. All right. This is past the grief. This is a moment where we look at it all and we are past that moment of the impact of the situation, of the shock of the situation. This card is about letting go. Those rituals are letting go, and the strength of your heart and letting go of some of those things that might have, that you've been holding on to from the past. Okay. Ooh, and past judgment perhaps. Or you feel like you've been judged, or that there's a judgment of your circumstance and maybe where you've been going and what you've been doing. But this judgment here it's really important. They've got the strength of the oaks or the elm trees inside. We've got these blessings here, this rainbow, and there's this big bear that's in the middle of this. It's a big bear that's a focus. And when we feel like we're being judged, that's exactly what it is. Whether we're judging ourselves, other people are judging us, that's how we feel. We feel this big bear, right? But what we need to do is keep our eye on the aim, and that's where this is about. Not listening to other people's judgment of you, knowing what your path is, knowing what's congruent to you, all right? Because we're all on a congruent path to ourselves. This is where the aim is, to get through this onto the other side where we have all those blessings behind here. And this is the fear. This is the fear of other people's judgment and judgment of ourselves is what this is just there. Okay, passion. These are the seeds. These are the seeds. So it's letting go of some past stuff and what other people, because we have some substance and strength. So the green man folds in the middle of this deck. He sort of is that strength in the middle of it. We talk about him being in touch with nature and in touch with the animals, and really taking the power of his spirit, right, and being a fertile emperor, emperor to the forest and to it all. So there's a nice strength, earthy strength inside of all of this as you've made a path, perhaps through this judgment. It's trying to find this earthy, nice stability and respect for it all. It is new earth in this new transformation of yourself. This is very empowered. This is a power symbol in the bottom in here of the 5 of wands out of this deck. Okay, so what else have we got coming into this? Ooh, making decisions. This is not making decisions necessarily of the heart. This is not making decisions of the mind. This is actually of our faith. When we talk about wands, we are talking about our faith, our passion, our drive. All right, so you've been making passionate decisions. All right, you've taken your strength, you've let go of some of this past, perhaps the judgment of what people may think of you, going on this greener path perhaps and being more earthy and connected. But you've been making spiritual decisions, because this is the things that touch your spirit and touch your soul and your passion. So you've been making your decisions based on your passion and your intuition and your faith. Ooh, cool. Okay. And what do we have here? 6 in this row coming into the seeds that we've planted, our passion seeds. What have we got here? All right. This is a little passionate cup. So you'll be feeling these are messages of love. So sometimes we are sharing the love, sometimes we're receiving the love. And these are little messages of love in the page. This may be a water element child. All right, this is someone who's romantic and passionate and you know, really does see the beauty in the situation in front of them. So, and maybe this is making decisions so that you can see the beauty. But this is little passionate messages. Usually it's a message with the page coming through. Okay, and what are we doing here at the end of this row? We're protecting him. All right, 4 is generally a rest spot inside of each one of the suits inside of the minor arcana, lower arcana. All right, so this is about protection, 4 walls, material protection. So it's protecting your young, protecting your job, protecting what's sacred to you. You know, pulling back maybe on your finances a little bit, really protecting and understanding what you are actually being driven to protect inside of here, and really looking after this, these little love messages and making these decisions to be strong and stand in your thing and your strength. So if you're having a judgment and we're sort of moving into this strength, now we're looking at how do we protect maybe the child, but protect our physical realm inside of here with our stones. A rest spot in the stones, so you get to just sit for a moment. All right, that's how our passion has led in. Let's have a look at, so we're pure positivity, we're moving forward positivity, strength and strength straight up inside of this. All right, and a new earth transformation, which is this green man. This is taking passion in this new earth transformation. Okay, and really protecting that with the 4 and having passion, making those passionate decisions to that. And little messages of love. You might be protecting this page. This is definitely there. But this is, you know, really your emotions and protecting what you've got inside there as well. Okay, so what is the passion flower? Where is this flowering? How are we flowering? What's our passion? Oh, I'm going to take you and you. Why not? They come out like that. You know what? I've put cards back in the deck and gone, oh, that, you know, that might not be. And literally they've come out within the read. And it's very interesting how that's always worked. I'm doing this for a while. If you are after a personal reading, hook up on my Facebook. I've got a booking section in there. I can send them to you as a video link through YouTube. Or I can do a video hookup with you, which is like however long it goes, whatever we get out of the read, and we can book in a 2-hour session and see what we can get out for you. Like, hook me up if you want to have a reading. Sometimes sending it to you is great. You get to hold on to it. So see what you like in there. Okay, one more for our passion. How we got here. What? This is our seeds and what we planted. So this is the flowers. What is coming out of it. Ooh. All right, what are the flowers for our passion, for our little good luck? It's not good luck. Good luck, wish. Maybe wish. I'm sure it's wish. It's got a little star. I'm going to have to look it up now. You know that. I'm going to get back to you on which Care Bear this is, because I know that that's Poppy. Okay, all right, so let's see where our passion flowers. Mine is still apparently in Hasbro. I really love Charmkins. They were fantastic. All right, so let's turn this over. Let's see what's flowering. What's flowering? Ooh, this is hard. So some people say dark and light. You see the dark and light dog, and which one are you feeding? And everything is in black and white. Like, this is really a very organic spot in here. That a fertile moon. This is like a very incandescent. It's a nice fertile bog. This nutritious womb-like spot where this egg has got a spot to sit and grow and nourish and develop. And it's development of ideas, it's development of dreams, not in the harshness of day. This is like this dreamy spot. And we've got our Queen of Water inside of this card, and our Queen of Cups in here. And so she's here, and we're dreamy, and we're mothery, and we're looked after, and we're fertile, and we're looking after our perhaps our dreamy needs and where we might want to go with everything. So, okay. Ooh, so what else? Ooh, but inside of this, there's finding a dedication. So dedication is of the mind. All right, so when we want to be dedicated to an idea, a partner, a project, a job, all different sorts of things, a business, like all different things that you might want to be dedicated to. Finishing things off, maybe. This is your passion. Whatever your passion and drive is. It's really pulling in this dream and finding that dedication of your mind. And a lot of the arrow cards, there are arrows going off everywhere. There's a lot of frustration. There's a bit of struggle. This card is not. We are pulling in our inspiration. It's sitting in our aura. We have the potential energy there with the bow, and we're being dedicated to our mind. So this is writing it down, sticking to the plan, maybe finishing off a university degree. This may be starting it and really getting dedicated to your cause, but this is dedicated to your bookwork and all of those sort of things. So for me, this is pulling a dream together. This is what it is. And being able to verbalize and being able to put it down on paper and being able to see what it is, pulling in together what the dream of your life is maybe, and being able to verbalize that and go, I'm dedicated to this cause. I'm dedicated to my mind, and I am clear on spot with where I'm aiming. I have my potential. I know I have in the 9. Passion, flower. What's flowering? Ooh. This is such a sweet card. Inside of here we have the attraction. So this is the 2. Inside here, and you can see there's lovers. That's the green man and the green woman. Maybe got her wings. Look at this. All right, so this is a real and it's family and the waterfall, and the waterfall is about our happiness and the family reunion and the otter and the family union. So this can be a reunion of lovers. This can be a reunion of your childhood dreams or connection with your family. All right, we've got sacred symbols in here that are that are earthy and move us with the water inside of this. And so these swirls and these patterns are bringing it back from the energies of your past life. So this could be that you are reconnecting with childhood ambitions, childhood dreams, reconnecting with your inner child is in this card, and a family and lovers. So there's a reconnection perhaps with the past. All right, but really being dedicated. This is fun. Okay, so what do we have next in the middle of this? Ooh, again, we see this Queen of Water, Queen of Cups, present herself. Again, here. This card is about transition. This is about going from one earth to another earth, a new earth. This is about a transformation. And you can see the soul in the boat, in the river as it goes through. And this lady of the lake is holding the moon in her hands as she reflects it. And so she's holding the moon in her hand gently because we're really removing the emotions from the reflection as we go through this transition, as we go through this transformation, because we're reflecting back on it. We're reflecting back on a spot where we're not connected to what we were and what that was, and we're able to move forward to where we're going in this new spot with this new place that we're in, really reflecting on how we got here, but without still the love and care, but without the emotions. We've got a bag of money, I reckon, hanging around this stork's neck. All right, so this is fertile and it's loving, and it's a spot where you can hold and just look at it from a different perspective without being so attached to it while you're in a transition, is what this is. Okay, so, because what do we got coming out of this with our passion? All right, so we came into it with strength and letting go of old things, and we're going to have a reunion, and we felt like we've had a judgment, and we've had to stand our ground and take our power, to make decisions, to protect, and these emotional things. And so it's redreaming in here with the moon and what you dedicated, and family and your past, and looking back at that and what that actually is part of your passion. And it may be that you're reconnecting with old things that you were attracted to, because this is attraction, this up here in that card, that 2 is attraction. And so what you're attracted to in your childhood, it might have been that you wanted to be something and then you went and be something else because everybody thought that was a great thing for you to be. This is reconnecting and maybe looking at it organically for another situation, because we're moving in to a emotional new beginning. All right, so this is an Ace of Wands. This is drinking from the rivers of life. Taking it from the water, like drinking from and taking that nourishment. And this is on an emotional level. You're going to feel re-nourished. Right? There's an emotional new beginning. You get to start afresh if you want to with this. All right? And that's where this is moving to with your passion. You're getting to have an emotional new beginning. This is and drink from the waters of life. All right? Drink up. Oh, and the swan is always seen as a marital bird as well. So this may be a new beginnings of relationships. And we've got the waterfall over here of happiness. So this is the beginning of the cycles. One while we drink. All right, so 2 more for our passion flower, how we're flowering. All right, so we've gone from strength to strength. First, we had this positivity over here with the marigold, which is that sun, which is that beaming stuff, and capturing our dreams inside of that card, right? and the purification of everything inside of this with the strength. You can see this is purification and everything. And this, you know, this nice sun. We've got the sun in the background here, and we communicate ourselves and our heart for strength. Here, this is it. This is, you know, boom. We're going to light from the moon. We've gone from this sequence where we're now shining. We're going to shine our sun. We're going to shine our weird light everywhere. That's what this is. This is about knowing that you're connected to it all. Know that you're bathing inside of this sunshine and this good times, and celebrating that, and what warms your bones. All right, arms stretched out to the sun, taking it in that we are part of it all, and being bathed by that. All right, that's what is flowering. This is flowering from your change, and being able to communicate yourself. Again, this is a fierce communicator. So this could be an air sign male. This could be an air element male. A knight. A knight is anywhere up to sort of 35, and then we may tip over to 55 or whenever people mature. But this is about this energy. This is about somebody who is swift in their communication, is looking things from above, looks at it from a different perspective, is not necessarily attached to it all. He doesn't waste energy. He's a predatory bird. He definitely is going to go in for the kill because he sees that's where it is. Like, so this is actually swift communication, really being direct with the communication, no fluffing around the tree on this one. Like, this guy is really determined to move forward in his intellectual pursuits of his mind, and follow what his verbal contract is. Like, and he's really out there talking about this. All right, and so this may be communicating yourself in that sort of strength with some really decisive action in here, being able to see the sunshine. Okay, so what's the fruit? We got the passion seed, we got the passion flower, now we got the passion fruit. All right, this is a passion process. I'm still going to call it passion flower tea. It's passion flower tea, that's what it is. That's what we got today. All right, one row for what's the fruit? What's coming out of this? What's the fruit for our passion? One. Oh. Let's see what all the connecting is. Oh, okay. You and you reckon? Thanks. One, two more. Oh, communication on the table. Had a lot of communication on the table. Alright. I think with the air, it's not necessarily driven by heart or inspiration or that sort of stuff. It's not intuition. It's literally being driven by the mind and the thought process. That's what air is about. Okay. So, what do we got on the... What is the fruit of what's coming out of things? All right. We have this goat. All right, this is bigger than a ferret. That's what this guy is. And this could be a fire element child, but this is really our embodying our decisions and our passion and our faith, and turning over new rocks and ferreting over here and ferreting over there, and really making a few, like, this is about not having your passion and faith being stuck in a rut. This actually is that little bit of intuition and inspiration, and the seeing the signs and symbols around you, and really looking at what those are, and really looking at what you connect to. This guy is a ferrety energy. He's sort of like, well, ferrety faith. What do I believe in? All right, so that's what we're doing. We're still looking at things, and we're still looking at what we believe in and what works for us. That's what this guy does. All right, or fire element child. Having a bit of faith, though, and in our little searching and looking for stuff. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, because you have got an emotional beginning, and you do know that and this is what's coming in now. But this is, and as I said to you, this four of protection, this four of stones is a stop. This is a rest spot. The same thing with your emotions. All right, this could be taking a bath. This is like really having a stop with your emotion. It's recycling everything that you've known. It's filtering it all back in, just coming out of this cup and then filtering back up in these cups in here. All right, this again is the Queen of Arrows, so this is the Queen of Intellect, so I was talking about it a little bit. This is a no drama llama card. All right, it's a little bit of a rest spot in our love and emotions, so we're not like peaking with those inside of this while we're ferreting around. So it's more now about faith, but you're still a little bored. It's about boredom. It's sort of sitting there a little bit. All right, the Three of Cups is about joy, and that fourth cup is you. It's you. All right, so you've still got to inspire yourself, because this is still an inspiring thing. We've got, you've got to recycle through it as we reflect. It's sort of these two cards put together is that card just there. It's really interesting. Okay, 3, 4, 5, here we go. Ooh, it's time to blast away. All right. So whatever was keeping you sad and the judgment and wherever that was holding you inside of these scenarios previously, all right, it's time to break away. And this is fierce. This is not clearance. Like clearance is the seven of wands. So this is, and you clear out your spiritual backburning sort of stuff. This is really about things that are no longer serving you being cut away. All right, and going, I'm not going to deal with that anymore. I'm not going to deal with that. I've got my own mind on that. And this is a real breakaway moment. This lightning energy is fierce and it happens quickly. And it comes to, you know, leave you with who you are and your spirit to break free of perhaps limitations and things that were holding you back, perhaps. And different perceptions, maybe. This is a tower moment. These things fall. Everything falls. All right, you won't be bored for long. Which is good. You're not dramatic about it. That's going to be interesting. Okay, so, and this is where our passion is fruiting. So it might be breaking away from other things. You're breaking away from this. You're no longer at the Seven of Cups where you're mourning. You're actually sitting back going, maybe I'm even bored with that. It's time to break away from what, you know, from the things that were holding me back when I first planted the seeds. All right, because I want this. I want this new beginning. I want this, you know, this communication. I want the communication from my sun. I want the balance of my sun and moon in here, and I'm being dedicated to it inside of here, and I'm communicating that. All right, so what are we going to end up in this last? So we're breaking away from old habits, old things that don't serve us because we've been looking for new passion. We've been looking for new inspiration. Break away. Okay, break away. You can. All right, because we have the spark of life. Wow. So, while it's on fire, it's on fire. Spark of life. This is kapow, white kapow, jang, pow, bow energy. This is like really breaking free. This is really like taking on your passion. You know, those decisions that you've been making for passion, these decisions that you've been making for faith. This is it. This is follow. We've got two aces on the table. So we've got big new beginnings that are coming through out of this. And the sun is shining on them and there's strength. All right, this is the spark of life. We've had the waters of life out and now we have the spark of life. We've got the passion and the inspiration and drive to match our emotions. All right, and so drive through from the ashes. This is a real from the ashes. You can see it. We have the phoenix. We have a phoenix rising, right? All right, so this is taking that passion. There's going to be something that comes out of breaking away from all of the stuff that doesn't suit you. Break away lightning energy. Okay, so, right. All right, so with this light, this passion, this spark of life, really interesting how it works, isn't it? There's this little one in here. This hermit pulls away and he isolates himself. And he isolates from that so he can actually spend time to think about his energies. He can think about the things that, how he believes it. This is about pulling back and it not being about how the rest of the world sees it. He's pulling back into his oak and he's seeing his winter and he's going to have a look at, you know, what actually inspires him. He's going to go in and warm his toes and read his magazines and go in there and read these books and stuff that he has. He's going to finish off projects. He's really going to take a bit of time on himself to work on himself. All right, this is a nice, big, strong resting period. This is pulling away from the hustle and the bustle and really disconnecting from all of that and seeing what's inside of your home. All right, what little birds and what little energy. There's still inspiration. This is still all inspired. All right, but it's going to take this and you're going to take this spark of life and you're going to think about it. You're going to put it in your lantern and light up your heart with it. Okay, the links. So we've got, again, this communication. This is, I said, in here we had the king and we had the knight, and here we've had them. We've got the knight and the king sitting here. So we still have this strength of communication inside of this, and this is strong justice. This is really taking a moment to really think about what you're saying and really thinking about where that forwards through. And, you know, this strong communicator at his best is trying to make things work contracts, make sure that everything's in line, you know, and really making sure that it's fair for everybody inside of that. But it's a communication, it's a strong communication card. So we've gone from communicating strength to strength inside of this reading. Okay, passion. So this is the shaman. So the shaman is being able to take this as the opposite. This dude takes the inspiration and brings it in and implies it to the physical plane. This guy gets the inspiration from the wider universe and brings it into him and then is able to heal on that. And so this is a very healing, strong energy of manifestation and being able to bring the things that you actually want into your life. You do need to communicate, and you've spent your time perhaps, but this is a strong manifestation and healing element inside of this shaman that we see just here. All right, so big readings. So I hope that you've enjoyed this. These are big readings. Like they always can be a little bit more, but we're going to give a little bit more to our passion. So and what I see inside of here is literally there's this battle between discussing it, not discussing it, your break, not in your inspiration, and how we put that out there and really bringing that together as how you feel about it before you express it to the world. And there's an expression together, so you're not going to actually be a hermit. Maybe you're about to be sage advice. Maybe this person is going to go into hermit. Maybe this is a person that you know. All right. But this shaman, it feels that it's all expression. This is all expressions on the table, and it's really being positive about your change, like with the marigold, about your purification and this new earth transformation, that you've got these real strong things. So I feel that you're going to have a couple of breakaway moments if this is your reading, and that you're going to have a spark of inspiration, and you're going to feel that you're a sage advocate that really can manifest stuff on the physical plane out of this. All right. I hope that is where you're at. Please hit like and subscribe. That would be fantastic. I'm going to do the poppy in the cup. So I will catch you later and hit you on the flip side. Hit you on the flip side. I'll catch you on the flip side. All right. I'm going to bring all of this in. We'll bring it all in. We're going to swap this over. I'm going to put Poppy over here. I'm going to take the Greenwood and I'm going to put it over where the Muse was. And I'm going to, there you are, my little Care Bear in a cup. All right, shuffling is good when you only use one card. You can just literally throw, you can't just literally throw them in the wrong deck because that would not be working. Oh, I did have two from there. Okay. All right, so if you picked Pocky in a cup, here we are. This is where I'm about to jump to for us. So, this is a little bit long. It is going to take, the last one just took half an hour. I wasn't expecting that. So let's see what we go, because we want to go in depth. This is about our passion and making it flower. All right, so planting the seeds, what our passion flower is, what's coming from that, and the fruit that's going to come from everything that we've been doing. So I am going to start with cards from the Blue Angel Oracle. All right, let's get one from here. Blue Angel Oracle, and then I'm going to do one from the Greenwood, the Green Witch Oracle, which I just got. It's just come out. It's fresh out the deck. I hear a lot of people talk about it. I've seen a couple of people get it. It's a bit plant-based. Multi-dimensional healing. Love and prayer. Okay. All right, so for you can see these rainbow wings, and you can see that inspiration, that star there that we're going on. All right, this is a multi-dimensional healing card. You can see the transformation in it. You can see the transformation with the butterfly, and this is really aiming to, hit your goals. And so multi-dimensional healing is in thoughts and prayers. So it's love. It's how we admit love. It's in our prayers and our thoughts and our deeds inside of here. And so it's on multi-dimensions. I have been talking to people about dimensional stuff, and when I do my healing, the self-love pyramid, what that is it's like 5 cards for how we got here. So that's really taking a perspective on yourself. That's the 5D, like really having a look at how we got to where you are. It's 4 cards for our healing element. It's really, that's about our mind. How do we heal our mind? Because that's where our 4th dimension is. And then how do we apply it to the real world is the 3 cards, the 3D. And 2, I have the partnership. So, your 2D and how you work, and then 1 for the self, right? So we're really working in a whole heap of dimensions, and there's more dimensions behind, and there's a lot of dimensional theory that's all out there about that. All right, so this is taking those different places, that love and light, and seeing where you can love and light, the love and prayer, and prayer and meditation. They both set off the same gland. That prayer and meditation both set off the same gland inside of your brain, and so they're stimulated by exactly the same thing, and they actually have the same result. So a good meditate and a good prayer puts you in the same position inside of this multi-dimensional healing. You can heal yourself on multi-dimensions, our mind, our body, our spirit. Like they all need a little bit of attention sometimes, and then one step outside of ourselves to look at ourselves. Like these things, these multi-dimensions we can see ourselves in. That place that we watch ourselves from is the silent spot, instead of all the people that answer. It's a place that is inside of us that we can actually see all of the people, all of the different answers that come. There's a spot in there, that place that you can heal yourself on. All right, multi-dimensional, thank you. Thank you. That's really an Archangel Michael deck, which is the Blue Angel. All right, where's the Greenwood Oracle? Let's see what we got before we go on to the Muses. Okay. All right, Greenwood Oracle. Oh, love. Oh, right, we talked about love twice. This is love and passion and love and the endless waves of love and the ripples of love. Energy doesn't go away. It doesn't get old. It really doesn't. And we can keep emitting love. All right, there's a well that we can keep just trying to dip into, and bad things happen and the bad things go around. All right, but this is a nice earthy tomato inside of there. We've got a love potion. All right, so if you're looking for love and passion in your life, this is actually indicating that there's a way to heal yourself and you can feel the love. And I really am into, you got to be the change you want to see. All right, so, you know, this wasn't all, this was a heart works for me, and it was probably made to make my heart work doing this, right? All right, this is about sharing the love, sharing the seed, like what, and the fruit of our labor inside of there, that love tomato. Got the love juice. Okay. So, thank you, Greenwood Oracle. This is the Muse Tarot. So this is really modern. It has a real feminine edge on it. It actually gets rid of the kings at the top of the hierarchy and literally makes the stable muse at the top. So I'm going to do 7 cards, the seeds that we planted. What are the passion seeds in your life? Where have they been planted? What's been going on to get here with them? Well, yep, you two, 1, 2. Oh, my little passion flower. Okay. If you are interested in a personal reading, I do them by YouTube clip that I can send you, or I can do them as a hookup or in person, and we can have a couple hours to sit down and have a look and see what's got. All right, if you're interested in booking, let me know. These are really organic sessions. I've got tomatoes of love. All right, so that's 6. One more, go. One more. All right, so passion seeds. What are the seeds that we planted in here? Oh, Muse of Materials. We go straight to the top when it is in our materials. I like this. It's in roses. This deck is in flowers. And so here, the Muse of Materials is walking into their happiness, is walking up into what they've said. This is a building up and that strength of knowing and being able to communicate yourself and communicate your material world, that you set yourself up and that you had slow and steady, you've made sure that you are in a position that you've got a position of strength in the material world inside of this is what you've been looking for. That's the seeds that you set up, using your skills, using your material realm, knowing how you've set yourself up, all right, and how you're setting yourself up. Want to be king. That's what you want to be. All right, but you want to be the muse of material. All right, taking control. Oh, and the muse of emotions. Okay. All right, not being selfish. All right. So the muse of emotion is really looking at looking about this euphoric, this stable love, this emitting love. All right, so we're able to emit it on the strength of our material and world and being able to work with that. And this is about being able to show it on the strength of our emotional world. That this is emotionally like stable and strong and working with the euphoria and has its maturity in how they're approaching their love and their passion and their love and connections inside of that. So we have those 2 kings maybe working, the 2 muses working together. That could be 2 people that you know. All right. Or, so this could be a partnership that we have. All right, so this is a transition, and this is a transition of the mind. So this is taking a bridge across. So you have gone from one spot to another. You're not thinking the way you were. You're no longer there, whoever that was. And you're allowed to move on. You're allowed to move on in your mind and say, I'm no longer that person. All right? That doesn't mean that it's not, that doesn't mean that this is detaching, and you can see it. This is detaching yourself, making a transition over the pointy things, over the pointy sharp things, and walking across them, right? Okay. Having the conversations. This is like walking, it's a bit of walking away, but it's like I'm making a transition of your mind across the sharpie things. Okay. Ooh, So this is bound and this is struggle. So there has been a struggle inside of you. Maybe after this after you made this transition, like there's been a transition that you're taking power in your material world and you're taking power in your emotional world. And you've made this transition, but inside of this is the real struggle. There's inspiration in here, and it's how you feel bound by things from actually moving forward and actual progression inside of this. This card is a little bit bound up, like she isn't able to really release and be able to express, and it feels that somebody or something, perhaps from the past, until they let go, until they realize the struggle is sort of making it tighter, the struggle against it. All right, so let's see where we go from here. So this is of mind and a communication. Okay, this is the moon. So here we have a nice pink, beautiful moon, a nice loving moon. All right, and this is loving and juicy, and this is this incandescent light, this lovely spot where we can dream. All right, it's quite emotional. It is attached to our water signs. And obviously the moon pulls the tide inside of here. There is a black and white element inside of here. Some people seeing things black and white inside of this struggle, perhaps. You know, not being able to... This is still things developing. Like this card is things developing. So you may not have been able to express yourself, but you're literally looking at the moon, working out how to develop, how to emotionally develop still, and really embrace your dreams inside of this transition that you've gone through of your mind, even though you're struggling with the outcomes, right? Okay. All right, because this is about banging it together. This is about the physical challenge. This is about getting your Jupiter and your Saturn in line. You know, this is your inspiration and your money and your karma all coming in together. All right, so you're banging it together and you're trying to make it happen on the physical plane. This is like getting into a job. This is really getting into making money. This is really getting yourself in the zone. And this is really banging it together to create that attraction of money. And how do you make it and fork forward? How do you make your dream come forward? How do you make this emotional spot come forward and manifest strongly in the physical? This take on the challenge, right? That's what this is about. They're the seeds that we're planting, right? So, because we've got the Queen of Inspiration. So, the Queen of Inspiration, foxy lady. This lady is really a woman of faith. She's fertile. She is passionate. She's willing to go after her passions. She's willing to stand for what she believes in, what her morals are. And so we've gone with these strong muses of material at the beginning of all of this, saying we've got these strong emotions, and at the end of this line of everything going through all this transition and really working out what's been binding you, working out what your dream is and how you start achieving that physically, this woman is inspired. This is a queen of inspirations who really wants to take it on, and she's driven by her passion and her faith. All right, this is our passion seeds. That's how we got to here. All right, so the next one is, the next three cards are going to be for our flower. How do we make the passion flower? Okay? All right. Okay, all right, all right. Okay, let's go. Let's see what we got in here. Just hold in for a minute, people. Let's get this, our passion flower out. So what are the seeds growing into? What are they flowering into? Okay. All right. So we have the Page of Materials. So this is making things really prosper. You might be seeing that job come through. You really might see the efforts of what you're banging this challenge and taking on your passion on this physical level, you know, and being inspired and driven. We really are going to see a little bit of fruit. This could be a fire, earth element child, an earth element child, but we're really talking about a little bit of job security, a little bit of a windfall, a little bit of networking, a little bit of stuff showing stability inside that material world coming to you is where we go. That's the fruit of what the drive in here. All right, this card is about endurance. This card is talking about pulling things in a little bit and working out a budget. And working out, it could be about abandonment. You can see that this feels like it's physically abandoned. We've got the 5. This is a physical physical senses sort of card. It really does talk about budgeting, but it really talks about being able to endure and weather the storm. All right. So we are in a spot where we all think we're actually going through, we could go into a global recession. It looks like promising, doesn't it? All right. So this is sort of really worrying about those things, stocking your larder and really thinking about how can you endure this storm? How can you be in your strength even though you're sitting here? This spot is sort of a rest position, but we're really sensory. This is the sense of our senses and feeling that spot of insecurity perhaps inside of this, in the physical realm, really working out what that is and tightening our belts inside of here. All right, so we've got two things. We've got a promise to stop coming, but living and sitting here knowing exactly where, you need to pull in and where you need to, so you can endure this spot. All right, so the Magician, because you're just about to manifest in the physical realm. So this guy takes inspiration from above, all right, and draws it in and is able to emit as a healer. All right, she is able to manifest and bring that's inspiration. This queen of inspiration. She's able to bring her into the physical realm and being able to, really show people how the magic sort of works and being able to manifest the things that they want in their world, like their own inner shaman, all right, and being able to balance that stuff out. Okay, passion flower, we're going to manifest. So it's a bit like just that moment, this 5 of materials is that moment before you're ready to manifest everything. You're bringing that inspiration in. So it's a spot to just sit for a moment. All right, so we have the Knight. The Knight of Wands, of inspiration. Inspiration? No, voices. All right, let's talk about this guy. So this guy is a high achiever. He is coming in and he's going to speak his ground. He is, so this could be an air element person that this could you be embodying these traits and really taking on this, and achieving but this guy is coming in to have the conversations. He's looking at the contracts, he's looking at moving forward. He has a perspective, from a different perspective. He's looking at it from a different view, so he's a bit of a hawk guy, and he really is coming in to see. He doesn't waste and mince words. He really is coming in to have the discussions that he wants to have. So this is not mincing words when you're actually manifesting, because this can be a Gemini card, this Magician. So it's also in that air element of talking about it and really directing where it's going. Words have power. Okay, so what else is our fruit? Where's the flower? Where are we seeing this flower? So this is the Ace of Voices. So we've had a bit of material. This is a breath of fresh air. So going through this process, before you felt that you were bound as you're going through this transition, because it was dreamy, how you were trying to manifest it was of this inspiration, right? And it was this dreamy thing. Before you felt bound in this, now this Magician, this transformation, this everything that you're going through, this Knight of Voices is speaking, all right? This is speaking, all right? This Ace of Voices is speaking. She's speaking out. She's got a new voice. She's got a breath of fresh air, all right? And she's going to communicate her knowledge, communicate where she's at, and communicate her life. Right, so we've got a lot of communicating going on from this Magician. So we're going to go through that little bit of pulling everything, trying to work it out, and get everything stable. But there's a lot of communication, and there's a lot of magic communication inside of here that's going to manifest stuff. Because we also have the Queen of Voices. All right, so you're not just going to approach this as a heavy-handed guy with a sword. You're also going to approach this as a heart communicator. This woman will also chop off your head. These two queens are fierce. Not that the other two aren't, but these two are fierce because this is of the mind, and they're really talking about that intellectual battle. They're trying to talk about love. So this is if we're talking about her best elements, this queen really is talking in love. They're talking their new beginning, and we're still manifesting. We're still talking inside of here. These could obviously be people that you might know inside of this. This could be you. And so this is, but this really is perhaps talking about this inspiration, talking about how we have taken on that physical challenge, talking about how we made this dream and how we sat back, talking about what the things that were holding us back for. The Magician comes from this transition. All right, so 7 cards for our fruit. What's the fruit? Oh, no, I didn't turn this one over. Oh, the 9 of Materials. Look at this card. All right, the 9 of Materials. We are nearly at the end of the suit of materials. So this is fruit. This is bearing the fruit. So you might be, this is sort of business. Some of this communication might be nice business communication. This is the fruit of your labor. This is the fruit of your traditions. Like this is actually being liberated and indulging yourself in your traditions. So if you like lighting candles, this is lighting your candles and incense. You know, this is getting up in the morning and going for a jog. These are the things, these are the foundation stones, these 9 stones that make the actual traditions of your life, that you actually get to dance in the fruit of your labors inside of here. All right, this is nice. So that's where we come in with our fruit line, is we're seeing fruit from everything that you've done, the challenge that you took on in this transition of your mind to release, go and dream a bit, right? That's where this is at. Fine. 7 cards for the fruit. So we've had the seeds and we've had the flowers, how it's been flowering. Let's see where the fruit comes. Fruit, 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 passion fruit. All right, this is all for our passion. All right, I'm not taking all of those. Let's not joke around. All right, a few more, just a couple more. Thank you for holding in if you're still here. I know these readings can get a little bit long. I do shorter ones. I try to do shorter ones for the weekly, but with putting 2 in with these, obviously they look like they're an hour, I guess, but trying to keep them down, get the information through. Let's see what we got. I could start with these all shuffled out on the table, but you know, they've been jumping now. So, cards have been jumping since I started this channel. All right, so what is the fruit of our labor? Like, what are this is flowering, this is all flowering, and this is what we're concentrating on, but where's the fruit? Where are we going to? What are we going to get? The fruit. All right. The 5 of inspiration. So inspiration being our faith, our passion. And there's a lot of movement up the chain in here. There's a lot of movement around and sort of different positions that we're taking, looking out these windows inside of this card. This card is about our spiritual and passion, but the power of it, and the power of our mind and our willpower and our determination to make things happen, to make movement happen, to be able to look at it from different views and be able to see it on spiritually, like in a few different ways. So this is sort of not really, this is not about struggle. In other cards, decks, I know that other interpreters say this is a card about power struggles. It can be, obviously, but this is really about your passion, your power, and really being able to take that strength and internalize it and be able to work to where you want to go, looking at it from different views. Okay. So you're going to be, and that's of the senses. 5 is of the senses, just like it was of the senses here in the material world, that you might be feeling that you have to endure things. This is a feeling of being inspired, of this fruit from your labor. It's going to give you a power and a passion and strength inside your passion. Okay, Muse. Oh, I love this card. Sammy, if you're watching, I love this card. All right, this is the star. This is Aquarius. This is getting inspiration. This is not inspiration. This is following. This is wish fulfillment. This is wishing hard and working hard, and this is wish fulfillment, that you've kept your eye on your pole star. You're really watching and aiming where you're going when you're manifesting this magic, when you're talking about these things and it all coming into material world. Like when you're taking this power, it's all because you're following your wish and following wish fulfillment, living a congruent life, getting what you're after. All right, the wishes are coming. If you just take your personal power in, keep talking about your stuff, letting yourself go from this spot, right? And you're allowed to aggressively. This is a knight above this struggle that is saying, let it out. I'm going to speak about my truth. Cut, cut, cut. All right? And this is what he's speaking about, being the magician. Cut, 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 right? Speaking, 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 manifest, manifest. This is brilliant. Getting wish fulfillment, taking the power to get your wish fulfillment. All right, because we're going to take it on like the Knight of Inspiration. This guy gets a really bad... All right, look, this could be a player. This is player energy. This guy doesn't settle down. You want to know why he doesn't settle down? Because he's still looking for his passion. He's still looking, perhaps, for his queen. But these are about passion. They're about faith. They're not settling down at all because they're looking for what they spiritually believe in. They're still on this quest. So quite you might find that this could be you. This is like you, maybe this passion and this drive is... you're taking on getting your star and really reining it in and still running with it. That's what this is. Setting off fireworks, dancing in the moonlight. This is what this card is about. This guy is embracing his passion. He is embracing it all and taking it on in a really nice strength, you know. All right, so this could be sexy time. This could be inspired sexy time. This could be this sort of dude coming in if that's your wish. But this is really taking on those energy of this horse still running wild. All right? Okay. All right, okay. All right, so one more. Actually, there's 4 more to go and we are done with the passion tea. But I really like doing this. So here, this is about balance. All of this. What's going to come out of this is healing soup. Healing tea. All right, so this is a spot, I've seen people say that this is like a spot where you're taking a break. It really is a spot where you find your oasis, this balance between your earth and your spirit, and really being able to find that temperance, that healing spot. The ladies of temperance healed the river. This is about balancing. This is about drinking in the good water. All right, so this is a real healing spot and a deep healing spot, and it's bound by your inspiration and driven by your wishes and your strength of power. All right, this can be a Sagittarian card, believe it or not, after we've just had that card. All right, it's a nice, strong, passionate inspiration. Still talking about it because it's come out of this darkness that you're going to talk about it all and talk about your healing and how you go, right? Right, but you're finding that beautiful healing coming out of all of this. Now you're talking about the things maybe that you've gone through and really finding that abundance and gratitude for that abundance, talking about that and talking about the love and the strength of your will and your power. Whoop, whoop, whoop. 3 more cards. Here we go. What's the fruit? This is about your emotions. Look at this. This is all getting together, and this is the cups of joy. This is 3 cups of joy all coming together. You know, really feeling the joy in your heart, really feeling the joy in your being, really feeling it in a loving way inside your cups, being and sort of full at this spot, at this nice joyous spot inside of this 3. This is what this one's about, is joy. All right, joy in our moon, joy in our rituals, joy in our heart. She looks like Miley Cyrus. Okay, these cards all look like somebody, the archetypes. So, what have we got? As I hold it up to you, oh, we've got this protection. All right, so joy, but this is protecting your material realm. This is this one stop before we go into that endurance. This is the stock that we knew that we had. This is really looking after yourself. This is looking after yourself in the material realm. This is a real spot where we, you know, take a rest for everything and we settle in our material and we know that we've got our walls and we're very protected and we've got the joy of that. This is the joy of your house and your home. All right, and knowing that you're protected and you're protecting your children and you've got enough for you to get along, where we've got enough to endure the storm if we were left outside alone. And this is all comes through in this joyous moment that is all come in a really healing sort of way. All right, so this could be somebody who comes into your life. This could be a fire element guy that comes into your life and promotes this temperance and this healing, all right, or helps you get your wish fulfillment. That is possible, all right, but it's not, it's, as I said, it's not a settled down energy. It's like a real fired up energy. Okay, so we've got a nice balance between our emotions and healing in here, and you know, we've come out of this, and we at this beginning we were talking about being stable in our material world with the Muse of materials and the Muse of emotions in our emotional world, and that's exactly what we got at the end of this. Is we're coming out with joy and we're coming out with material stability. There was a little bit in the middle of here that you were like, oh, I'm a bit worried in here, but you're like, I can manifest I can manifest my dreams, I can manifest with the magician, I can speak all the words, I can speak it out, and I can make a new world. I have all of this, I have all the strength of my traditions of who I am. I got power, right? Healing. 1 more card to go in this reading. So thank you very much for being here and your passion, flower and fruit. Here we go. What do we got? The wheel. All right. Things have changed. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down on this wheel. The wheel is spun. We spin it ourselves, right? And what we hold on to and what we let go are the threads of what we make inside of our own world in this card. All right. So you get to decide. You get to decide some things. The wheel is going to change. The world is going to change and it's going to move on, right? And you're turning with it. With all of this, you're communicating yourself. You're really going to really look after yourself on the material, really invest in your joy and your healing, and really keep searching, all right? Because the wheel is going to change and you're going to turn with it is what is going to go, and you're going to do it with love, because this is a multi-dimensional healing is really where we're at the end of this. All right, Puppy in a Cup people, thank you very much for being here. I realize that these are a little bit long, but they're a little bit different. So I hope that you got something from that, my little passion flowers. And I hope that you would love to watch some of my other videos because I have some. And I will catch you on the flip side.